Chloe's been fishing for a damn long time, I'll tell you that. Hello, everyone. This feels weird. This feels weird, but we're gonna roll with it. New music? This was technically always part of the playlist, or at least for the past, like, couple months. It is Mother 3 music. We got a few Mother 3 tracks in the stream playlist. It's got some bangers in there, what can I say? How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I had a feeling we were gonna get some memberships rolling in here. Thank you to all the members who might be dropping messages. Got Allie in here. 11 months of membership. We're closing in on a full years of memberships. Thank you so much. Durmeister with the 3 months at the Neutron level. Morgan with the 11 months. Goat with the 7 months. Sale MC with the 2 months. Thank you all so much for your generosity. Welcome back from the dead. It's been a long month, and let me preface the stream here. I don't know how long this stream is gonna go. I don't even know exactly what the structure of this stream is gonna look like. I have like a couple of ideas of things. I have some definite things I'm doing, but I don't know if it's gonna be like a long stream or a short one or what. I'm dipping my toes back in. For those who are maybe out of the loop, earlier in March, I had to put my cat Minu down, my 21-year-old cat. She's been with me for a long time, and that hit me pretty hard. Harder than I anticipated, really. And without getting too much into the specifics, it's kind of sent me on a depression spiral. Like I've always had depression. I've dealt with it my whole life, and this incident taught me that I am extraordinarily bad, maybe the worst ever at dealing with grief. It was not a good month. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Thank you, Benny, thank you, Benny, for becoming a member, by the way, and thank you, Cinder Tatsu, for the $5 super chat. Missed your content. Super happy. Thank you so much for all the generosity. I'm not gonna say I'm not like all the way there. I don't know I don't know where I'm going right now. The month is almost over. April's another chance. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to, Leap. Also, hello, Leap! Exclamation point, Leap. Is that still a thing that works? Did Nightbot break in my absence? Has Nightbot retired? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into the nitty gritty of it, but it was a rather rough month, and not just because of Minu, but I think Nightbot died. That's okay. Nightbot quit. I can probably reinstate Nightbot at some point here. But one thing, yeah. So I don't know exactly what the near future of the channel is gonna look like. I don't think I can get back to streaming like as regularly as I was with the mindset that I'm currently in. And honestly, the thought of going and streaming the Iron Man challenge or anything that I was streaming before is, I can't explain why, but it's very stressful and something that my mind can't tolerate right now. So I'm putting my focus and my energy into other things. And one thing that I don't know how to approach this. I don't know how to say this. One thing that, so I've been teasing for the past however long that I've been working on a video, a long-form video, a fishing challenge, a challenge surrounding fishing in Stardew Valley. And I had been working on that for a long time, but during one of my worst days, in a day that I will probably go forward to describe as like top 3 worst days of my life to this point, not just for this reason you're about to hear, but for other things as well. in my depression, because you know depression, if you've ever known someone with depression or you have depression yourself, it does things, like it makes your mind think that things that don't actually make sense in the moment and will make you feel better in the moment. And one of those things when I was in a very bad place was that I deleted all the project files for that fishing challenge video that I put several hundreds of hours into. I was probably, full transparency, I was maybe like 50 minutes of the way through roughly, I would hazard a guess, 80-minute video. It was, and I mean, it's deleted, it's gone. I've tried to get it all back at once I was in more of a clear state of mind. I do still have on an external hard drive, I had backed up the raw footage as well as the commentary for all of it, but basically if I want to make that video again, it's got to start from scratch, which is pretty rough, and it's very demotivating. Depression really is weird like that. It doesn't make any sense. Like there was no coherent reason for me to do that, but in the moment, you know, like depression will do weird things. Depression will do weird things. It'll be like, man, I feel I'm in kind of a funk today. You know what'll make me feel better? I'm gonna eat a whole family-sized bag of Lay's potato chips. I know I felt like trash after doing it the last 80 times, but maybe this time will be different. Depression's like that, and this was that cranked up to a million. Wallagug, hello as well. No, unfortunately, no old backup exports. I was on a tirade. The only reason that those backups exist on the external hard drive of like the raw footage and stuff is that I forgot in the moment that I had made those backups. Because I had made backups in other places as well for like the project files. And I deleted those too because I was going full Rambo on my files. I don't know how else to explain it. So here's the one thing I can do, though. Here's the one thing I can do about this, because, like I said, Wallagug as well, thank you very much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Greatly appreciate the generosity. The one thing I can do here, one of the few... Wallagug, thank you for gifting 5 memberships as well. I really appreciate you. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You guys are too much. One thing that's been getting me through this month a lot more than anything is just like the support that this community has given me. All things told, it's been amazing. I'm bad about not seeking out like people to confide in and comfort me, and like I always feel like I'm gonna be like a burden if I approach people with my feelings, and that's just not true. It's not a good, healthy mindset, and I'm trying my best to internalize that lately. Either way, what I was saying about this big project that I worked on, one thing that did survive this sort of file purge I did was a preview. It's a roughly 10-11 minute preview that I rendered out months and months ago of just like the first quote-unquote chapter of this video, and it's just a rough draft. It's not finalized. Like a lot of the details are missing, but it was finalized to a point that I wanted to like render it out and see it, because seeing it from within like Adobe Premiere, the preview window was not doing it for me. Durmeister, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships as well. Holy, you guys are amazing. Andrew Freeman, thank you for the 11 months of membership as well. Thank you all so much. I'm sorry if I'm missing any memberships or anything, but you guys are overwhelming me right now. And Wallagug with 5 more gifted memberships. Legendary. You are all legendary. Thank you so much. Look at all the green in chat. Just the green. It's a green machine. So I think I've been wanting to keep this challenge mostly under wraps. I've alluded for so long to the fact that there is this challenge video that I was working on. But I think if I tried to like start building it again from the ground up, with the motivation at like an all-time low right now, and tried to keep it a secret for as long as I would need to. I just don't think I can do it at this point. And I think the kicker for motivation I might need is to share it with people, is to share this idea with people and share the work that I do still have to show. I did give a sneak peek after a game night one time, Lisa. Yeah, that was more like this sneak peek will be. Well, I'm gonna play it. Okay, that's what it breaks down to at the end of the day. I'm going to play this 11-minute little snippet from the start of that video that no longer exists, mind you. Like all this work you're about to see that went into making this, which was a lot of work even for us, like this first 11 minutes it's all gone now. And I'm just hoping that this, maybe sharing it, getting it out there to people, will help spark me to want to complete it again. Even if now people will like know what's going on, maybe that's good. I don't know. I always like to keep a good secret, but maybe now is not the time to be keeping secrets. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and load that up. Let me get that ready here. I'm gonna go quiet throughout this just so you guys can. I'm gonna listen into the video with you guys. I actually haven't even watched this preview for a long time. I watched like the first like couple seconds of it just to make sure it would work on stream here, but I haven't watched the full thing in a long time. So this might, I don't know, maybe this will. Hopefully I can take this because there was a lot of investment into this project. Starcourt, thank you for becoming a member as well. No need to continue a project, just focus on what you want to focus on. I really like this project though. I think it's a really good idea. I think it's a really good challenge, and I want to finish it. It's just really hard now to motivate myself to bring it back. Oh, thank you, Cuddlesnot. I will look into that. So, yeah, without further ado, this is the sneak peek, or well, one of the sneak peeks. We'll get into that in a little bit later. But this is the big one. So let me pause the music for right now. Let me see if I can get this up. 1 second. Should just be this boy right here. No, not that. This one. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's so loud. Okay. Well, at least it's loud to me. Okay. Let me bring you in. So this is the what I've just been calling basically the fishing challenge for that's the only way I've referred to it over the course of however many months, at least publicly. And I'm gonna show it off to all of you. Here we go. Let me hopefully I'm gonna switch over here and I'm gonna hit the play button and just let me know if you guys can hear it. It should be okay. Hopefully you can hear me as well right now. This is just the first frame, but yeah, my mic is there. Let me just hit quick little play. Did you guys hear that? I just want to make sure that the audio is like not too quiet or loud or whatever, because once I start this playing, I'm not going to stop it. So yeah, got it. All right, cool. I'm going to mute myself. You're still going to hear me because there's obviously commentary in the video, but yeah, here is the first chapter of what I was working on. I hope you enjoy. Fishing is my favorite skill in Stardew Valley. It's simple, relaxing, and generally just a fun way to pass the time or make a little extra money on the side. Not to mention, the fact that there are so many different types of fish to catch, some being much rarer or more difficult than usual, gets the completionist part of my brain itching to fill out this entire collection over the course of the game. But looking at all these fish got me thinking, just how many of them could you catch in a single in-game day? What sort of tactics and strategies would that involve? How far could you push it? In theory, could you complete this entire collection, start to finish, in just one day? It seemed like a straightforward question. Little did I know that trying to answer it would take me on a 200+ hour journey filled with friendship, discovery, heartache, and algae. Like, a lot of algae. So grab your iridium rod and a bowl of seafoam pudding, because today, we're tackling the Master Angler Challenge in Stardew Valley. before we can even think about getting our bobbers wet, we're going to need a plan. A good place to start is by looking at exactly what we're up against, namely, how many fish are there in Stardew Valley, and what does catching them actually involve? The game keeps track of every fish you've caught on this tab in your inventory. Counting them up, there are 67 different species here. Of those, 55 are caught with a fishing rod and 9 are caught using crab pots. The other 3, green algae, white algae, and seaweed, aren't fish in the traditional sense, but they're tracked here just like any other fish, so we'll count them too. You'll most likely catch these as a byproduct when hunting for other fish regardless, so they're essentially freebies that we can ignore. And if we're being thorough, there are actually 5 fish that aren't tracked in this collection, the family members of the legendary fish that appear during Mr. Chi's extended family quest. But even if I wanted to include them in the challenge, I technically can't since the original legendary fish don't show up while this quest is active, making it physically impossible to catch both sets of fish on the same day. For simplicity's sake, we'll just stick with catching the standard legendary fish. Going back to the collection, we'll set aside the crab pot fish for now and focus on the much more complex group, the rod-based fish. Most of these fish can only be caught in specific areas during specific seasons at specific times of the day. Some even require specific weather to boot. As you can likely imagine, all of these restrictions are kinda problematic when it comes to this challenge. There's no single day that fits the criteria needed to catch every fish, not even close. So is this challenge dead before it even starts? Luckily for us, no. There's actually one item in the game that solves this problem quite elegantly. Magic bait. This colorful fishing bait can be purchased from Chi's Walnut Room on Ginger Island at a rate of 5 Chi gems per 20 pieces. You can also craft it yourself if you buy the recipe, also from the Walnut Room, for 20 Chi gems. While it's on your hook, Magic Bait lets you bypass the time, season, and weather requirements of every fish, meaning that you're only restricted by the location where you're fishing. Want to catch a sunfish during a rainstorm? Sure. Feel like a midnight carp at 6 AM? Why not? Hunting for a glacier fish in the summer? I mean, you'll probably still fail since it's the glacier fish, but you're welcome to try. It really is a catch-all solution to our core problem. That said, completing this challenge isn't as simple as slapping some magic bait on our rod and calling it a day. There's a lot more to consider, starting with one major complication. In order to have the best shot at doing this, having the highest fishing level possible will be essential. A higher fishing level means less time between bites as well as an easier time reeling in the more difficult fish. Not to mention, 4 of the 5 legendary fish have level requirements before you can even hook them, the highest being level 10 for the legend. Ordinarily this wouldn't be an issue since, by the time you reach the Walnut Room in the first place, you would probably have done more than enough fishing to hit level 10. Problem is, I want to start with an empty fishing collection and fill it up in a single day. And since catching anything, whether by rod or crab pot, would fill its spot in the collection, I have to find a way to reach level 10 fishing without fishing. Thankfully, there are a few methods of earning fishing experience points without actually catching anything. They're all much slower than just fishing normally, but with enough time and patience, you can still use them to accrue the 15,000 experience needed to hit level 10. First, trash. If you've spent any time fishing in Stardew Valley, you've probably reeled in your fair share of worthless junk. Broken glasses, soggy newspapers, the flagship product of the Geode Corporation, nothing anybody would typically care about. But interestingly, you still gain 3 fishing experience when you hook trash of any kind. Mathing that out, level 10 fishing is only 5,000 trash bags away. With this approach, you'll want to be sure that you fish in an area where you can catch the most trash without wasting time on real fish. You'll also want to avoid locations with green algae, white algae, or seaweed, since these still count for the collection. Floor 100 of the mines fits both criteria, making it the best place to do this by far. The only fish that lives down here is the lava eel, and it only bites about 5% of the time, giving you a beautiful 95% trash rate. But we can do even better with our second approach, fountain fishing. Located just southwest of the community center is this unassuming little fountain that, weirdly enough, doubles as a fishing hole. Except no fish actually live here, so you'll only ever reel in wood, stone, and the occasional trash can, all of which give 3 fishing experience just like trash. Not only is this method more efficient, you can also start on it as early as the second day of spring when you get your bamboo pole. Plus, unless you've got a field of recycling machines, wood and stone are generally more valuable resources than broken CDs. All in all, as much as I have a soft spot in my heart for trash, this strategy is better in basically every way. But honestly, both of these are pretty abysmal, right? Like, I enjoy fishing a lot more than the average player, and even I think that catching 5,000 pieces of stone or trash or whatever sounds like cruel and unusual torture more than anything. I'm not beyond doing it if that's what it takes, but there has to be a better way, right? This time, thankfully, the answer is yes. Introducing fish ponds. These farm buildings not only serve as a fun and unique diversion from the typical gameplay loop, but they also happen to be the perfect solution to our problem. They're significantly more complex than the other methods we've discussed though, so let's break down exactly how these work. Once a fish pond has been built, you can plop almost any fish you like into it. Given enough time, ranging from 1 to 5 days depending on the species, your fish will reproduce, adding one member to the pond's population. You can accelerate this process by manually adding more fish of the same species, but only until you hit their current maximum population size. When the fish try to reproduce again after they've hit this threshold, a little yellow exclamation point will appear over the pond, and this is when the magic happens. Checking the fish pond at this point will show you that the fish are requesting some kind of item they need to expand their population. The exact item requested depends on the species, and more valuable fish generally need rarer items. But fulfilling this request not only raises the maximum pond size a bit, it also grants you a good amount of fishing experience, ranging anywhere from 25 to 45. This process then repeats for their new maximum population size, continuing all the way until they hit a population of 10, the largest possible size. These quests already make for a nice bonus experience, but where fish ponds really shine is in the produce they provide. Every day, your fish have a chance to create an item for you to collect, usually roe, but a lot of other items are available depending on the species. The chance for this to happen depends on the current population, with more fish yielding better and more frequent items. And as you might have guessed, collecting this produce grants fishing experience too. The amount you get depends on this formula, where the deciding variable is the selling price of the item. So the more valuable your fish and their produce, the faster you'll level up. Fish ponds have a lot more quirks to them, and I could honestly go on for a while given how cool they are, but that's the gist of why they're good for this challenge. They provide efficient, passive, daily fishing experience that'll eventually get us to level 10. Seems like the perfect plan. Of course, it's never quite so simple. We run into two main hurdles with fish ponds. First, you need 5 green algae and 5 seaweed in order to build one at all. We can't fish for these, so we'll have to resort to other means for gathering them. Green algae is easy enough. It's dropped 10% of the time when killing green slimes, one of the most common monsters in the game. Seaweed is a bit trickier, but it's by no means impossible. It can be found while foraging on the beach farm or on this small southern strip of the beach across the eastern bridge. It's also available by scouring the garbage cans around town, although foraging for it is much more reliable. Still, it's by far the rarest beach forageable, so it'll probably take a while to amass even 5. Thankfully, once we've got our first fish pond up and running, we can drop any of these 6 fish into it and they'll have a chance of producing 1 to 3 seaweed every day. But that brings us to the second problem with fish ponds. How do we get fish for them in the first place? Fortunately, this is a simpler problem to solve than it might seem. There are a surprising number of ways to get fish without actually catching them yourself. You can source them from trash cans, buy them from Krobus on Wednesdays, or rely on our old friend the Traveling Merchant. A couple can even be dropped by monsters, namely the ghost fish from ghosts and crabs from... Hold on, my playback broke. I don't know why it stopped there. 1 second. Maybe, wait, is it good? Is it good? We're close to the end anyway. The latter of which is especially useful, since it's one of the 6 fish that produce seaweed in a fish pond. There are also quite a few things that we can simply forage from the beach that technically count as fish for the purpose of fish ponds, most of which will also produce seaweed. With all of these options, finding fish to keep our ponds full should be the least of our worries. With that, I think we have enough groundwork to actually get started. There will be more to figure out when we get to the actual fishing part of the challenge, but we have our starting goals: acquire magic bait and hit level 10 fishing by way of fish ponds. Sounds simple enough, but believe me, we've got a long road ahead of us. And that's all I've got for you right now. Thank you all for. I mean, I was watching chat throughout that. Thank you for the kind words on the editing. I mean, I've learned a lot about editing just by the process of making that video. Or making what part of it I did. And I think I've become a better editor for sure. Like that is a rough draft. Like that is I saw someone say like this is really like a rough draft. It is. Like there's things I can definitely improve on in that, but yeah. So I don't know if or when I'm going to finish that video. Like I said, that's the first 10 minutes or so of an 80-minute project, and that project is now gone. But that's yeah. Now that I'm just happy to have it out there more than anything right now. I have that concept out there. Honestly, I've been working on this for so long that I was like, there was a perpetual worry in my brain, like someone else is just gonna like do this exact same concept and post it before I can get this video over with. So yeah. For those who might have missed the start of the stream, during a pretty particularly harrowing, depressive episode earlier in the month, I ended up deleting a lot of, or well, all of the work basically that I did on this video. All I'm left with are like the raw files from like actually doing the challenge. At least I know now that backups in a lot of different places are good. That's the thing, I had backups in like a lot of places. I just happened to, you know, hit all, I happened to be, you know, in such a hardened state of mind that I hit all of them. Took out my backups of my backups, dude. Beautiful editing on that video. Thank you, Sal. Editing a second time usually goes faster. And I mean, I do have this to at least like reference, and it would be easier a second time, but it's still going to take a long time no matter what, especially between like, you know, doing streams and my other job and stuff. But I don't know, maybe I hope someday to finish that project. Even if someone else does do it, I still want to do my version of it, so. How far was I in the challenge? I've recorded the entirety of the challenge. I know how it ends. It was all in the editing phases. I still have all that footage, so. It is somewhat inspiring, somewhat motivating to see everyone's reactions to that, though. I'm very, very happy that you guys liked it. I'm honestly surprised that no one else has, like, attempted the challenge before, or not that I've seen anyway, because it seems like a pretty, you know, pretty simple idea. Try and catch all the fish in one day. It doesn't seem like it's that out there, but just the fact that I was planning an 80-minute video for it should probably tell you all you need to know about that. I'll have a look at your message, Cuddlesnot, thank you. Would never have thought of that idea. Making me want to take on editing now. Editing is, like, a lot of fun. I do find it fun, but it's also, like, it can be a laborious process. For instance, speaking of laborious, one thing I did see, one comment I did see. One second. I'm gonna go take it back to the video for a second here. Okay, where is it here? During the video, I think it's where is it? This section here. This section with like this fish pond showing it off and everything. Someone in chat asked during this section, how did you like get the camera to stay focused on the fish pond the entire time? Like how does the cinematography here work? Would you believe me if I told you that everything in this section with this fish pond is not gameplay? None of this is happening in the actual game. This is purely editing. This is, like, I've got, like, the only thing that's, like, a recording of any kind is the movement of the water in the fish pond. Everything else, from, like, Chloe walking down to, like, the fish on the sign to the exclamation point to, like, throwing the fish in the water is animated. Like all this,
Checking
like
the fish pond at this point will show you that the fish are requesting some kind
that's
of item
animated
they
right
need
there.
to
The
expand their
arrow, the fish
population.
moving up and down
The
here
exact item
because I
requested
couldn't
depends
record
on
that
the
quite right.
species, and
I
more
mean, that's
valuable
obviously
fish
its
generally
own thing.
need rarer items. But fulfilling this request not only
Throwing
raises
that ginger in, the
maximum pond
splashes
size
in the
of it,
water, the fish
it also
jumping up and
grants you a
down.
good
It's
amount of fishing experience,
none of that
ranging
is in the
anywhere from
game. That
25
like I
to
probably could have done some of it in the game to like make it a little bit easier to go, but honestly, I was so deep into it at that time that I was like, I'm just gonna animate the whole freaking thing. That's animating, not editing, bro. It's like it's somewhere in between for sure, but some bits were definitely clearly animated. Yeah. What do I edit on? I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I should be using After Effects in conjunction with it. Probably, I think that would make things significantly easier for me. But I just don't have the capital right now to make that work. Yeah, no After Effects. This is all straight Premiere Pro. Yeah, I don't know what kind of eldritch powers After Effects unlocks, but Premiere Pro has had all the tools for me up till this point. Sometimes I have to get creative. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, the fact that I see multiple people saying like you only use Premiere Pro, not After Effects, what? That tells me that I probably should look more into After Effects. Blender is truly amazing. I've looked into Blender as well. I don't really have any need for 3D, which is mainly where Blender shines, I think, but at any rate, I digress. That is the sneak peek I wanted to share with you all. It feels good to have it off my chest. Another thing that I should tell you about, the other thing that I want to tell you about and show you all that I have been working on, because in my time that I've been away from streaming here for the past month or so, I've missed streaming, but I never felt like it was quite the right time to come back to it. But I still wanted to like work on stuff, right? And I didn't want to work on that video because it's kind of like traumatic in a weird way now. After everything that happened, but I do have another project that I have been working on that's a little more chillaxed, a little bit more, it's basically, it's a different challenge that I've been doing that I'm gonna turn into a lightly edited, still somewhat edited, but only lightly, like, because if I try to do, like, what you just saw there with, like, every video, I'd never get a video out in, like, my entire life. But I want to do like a lightly edited episodic series of videos where I go through this challenge that I've been working on. So I've been getting started on that. And that challenge, I'm just unveiling all the secrets today. I'm going to show you exactly what it is right now. So this might be a little scuffed. You'll have to bear with me on this one. This might look a little scuffed at the very least. Oh, let me actually do this. Yeah, my screen region's going to be all weird, but that's okay. 1 second. Bring you over here. So here we have a spreadsheet. So this is a spreadsheet that I've made that has, you can't really see like the far left-hand side, because like I said, the screen region's kind of, it's designed for something else, but bear with me. The music is doubling, that's my bad. Hold on a second, I can fix that. That should fix it there. Sorry about that. My B. Alright, so this is a spreadsheet of everything that you need to do in the entire game to get perfection. This, like, you got, like, shipping everything, shipping every single item, and you got, like, what else? I mean, there's a lot of things to ship. You got, like, crafting. Oh, no, this isn't crafting. There's, like, the obelisks here. You got the monsters. You got befriending all these people. All of perfection in one spreadsheet, broken down, like, task by task, basically. And what I have done is, on a separate tab of this spreadsheet, I made this little doohickey here, where you can click this button, this generate goal button, and it just gives you one of those at random. See, I'll click this here. Ship a blueberry, baby. and you can just like keep doing that as well as much as you want. It's just like a completely randomized process, and then you can go through. And basically, what I've been doing in this challenge is this is not the actual like live spreadsheet that has to do with this challenge, but I've gone and I basically want to get perfection doing like one task in a row, or one task at a time, all in a row. Randomly generated Stardew Valley perfection, basically, yeah. And the general conceit of the challenge is that I have to do, like, let's say I generate a goal here. Catch a sunfit. Okay, that's not a great example. Hold on a second. Ship sap. That's also not a great example. Ship an eggplant. Maybe. Basically, what you have to do, or what I've been doing, what I want to do, is like I would want to complete this goal without making progress on any of the other goals. So I would like ship an eggplant, but I don't want to level up in farming at all, basically. Because like leveling up in farming is its own goal that has to do with perfection. I also don't want to like ship anything else. I don't want to do anything that would touch on any of these other goals. Any of these. Like nothing that'll get me extra close to perfection until I've done that goal and I've basically like unlocked that part of the game, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Seems tedious and amazing. It's been fun. It's been fun. The actual spreadsheet that has to do with this challenge right now, I'll show you where I'm at with this. Let me switch back here for a second. Sounds fun and horrible. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Is it can happen in any order. You can get like something easy, like for your first task, you get like, you know, ship stone, or like, you know, ship fiber, or even like befriend somebody. That's not that hard. But like if your first task you get is like, you know, build the golden clock, it's hard to do that without completing other tasks. And I mean there are exceptions where you like have to complete some other tasks in order to get to one task. If you have to craft something, you need to like get that crafting recipe by leveling up sometimes. So there's some wiggle room in there. Another 100+ years file. Let me show you the actual sheet, so I can show you how much progress I've made on the challenge itself. Sounds like the first no level challenge. It takes aspects from a lot of different challenges that I've done, like the no level challenge, the Iron Man challenge is a little bit in there, even Price Perfection to an extent. I only have a hotkey for this one. Yeah, so this is the actual, this is where I'm at in the challenge. I've completed 1 out of 519 goals. I completed my first goal, and this is my second goal, is to craft the winter seeds. Is Price of Perfection not becoming a video? It will eventually. It's on the docket as well, but yeah, so this is what I've completed. I've done one thing towards perfection, and I completed that first goal. It took me about 20 to 25 hours to do it. What was the first goal? The first goal was to ship a pale ale. And you can see if I go over to my list of goals, it's probably in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Ship a pale ale is complete. That was my first one. And so I've just been doing that like basically off screen, off camera, but a lot of it is pretty grind intensive. It's a very grind heavy challenge. So I think like maybe some of those grinds I will try to do on stream a little bit, which might be like what takes up most of the rest of like today's stream, to be honest with you, because I have been having a lot of fun playing it, and I think I could probably share it on stream a little bit. Generate task. The inspiration. I wear the inspiration on my sleeve. Yeah, this is inspired by Tedious's RuneScape challenge. Can I have a link to the generator? I could probably make... I can't give you a link to like this generator. I could make like a general purpose version of it that I could link out to people, because I think it would be fun. That is part of the appeal of a challenge like this, I think, is that anyone who does it would have a different experience, right? Like my first task was, you know, to ship a pale ale, but maybe your first task, if we go over to this other spreadsheet, maybe you're gonna have to cook some crab cakes. Maybe that's your first goal. And that's that defines the whole rest of your challenge. How did I make it? A little bit of amateur coding, a little bit of amateur code work. It is a commitment for sure. Also, this one says 504, whereas this one says 519. That's because I in the original tracker here, I have, where is it? It's at the bottom here, I think. I have these tasks here to fully upgrade each tool, which is not part of perfection. There's actually some tasks down here that are just like for fun and not actually part of perfection. And I had like, so I wouldn't be able to upgrade any of my tools until I got one of these tasks, basically. I decided that was a little bit too restrictive, so I broke those down into like 4 different tasks for each tool. It's like upgrade the tool, and you get, and so there's a bit more likelihood to actually get those and upgrade the tasks or upgrade the tools as you go. What language did I do it in? I believe this was in JavaScript. I think it's whatever Google Apps Script is, like whatever the language is there, because that's the one that interacts with like Google Sheets. This could be its own randomizer. I mean, that was kind of what I set out to make, honestly. Is a sort of Stardew Valley randomizer that's, you know, maybe not been done before. Pro editor, amateur coder, streamer. OMG me. Some other rules for this challenge. I probably could have made like an FAQ because I knew I wanted to like show off this challenge and like tell you guys about it. So, but some of the other rules. So, number 1 obviously is to do the tasks in the order, so I can't complete like other tasks in like out of order. Another thing I'm doing is no traveling cart. No traveling cart, because the traveling cart would make this challenge like so boring in some aspects. Because like, if you really think about it, a lot of the shipping requirements for perfection, if you could just like wait for the traveling cart to sell that item and then like just ship it. And that's not that hard. That would have made my first task, like shipping a pale ale, that would have made that like absolutely trivial, until I just have to like sleep until I get pale ale from the traveling cart. How can you do it without the cart? I mean, you'd be surprised what you can get up to in this game. And the other big rule is that I can't sell items directly to shops. Like, you know how you can take like your crops, and normally you just like put them in a shipping bin, but you can take them to like directly to Pierre and sell them to him. You can't do that in this challenge, at least not in my version of the challenge, because it makes it too easy to make money. Because doing that doesn't count as shipping for the purposes of perfection. But it's still like you can still get money that way. So it basically like negates like easy money makers like clay farming and winter forage farming, because those are part of the shipping collection. And normally you could just sell them to like Robin or Pierre or whatever, but you can't do that in this case. You got to find different ways to go about it. So you are broke? Kinda, yeah. Here's a question. Let's see. You need the money to buy a chicken coop. Are you allowed to ship something that's not on the goal list? No. You are not. You have to find ways to make money without, basically without shipping anything. Without shipping anything that's in the shipping collection. There are a lot of things you can sell for money that aren't part of the shipping collection. Like fish, for instance. But you can't catch those fish unless you get the quest for it. And you can't level up in fishing unless you have like the task to reach level 10 in fishing. It's a lot. It's kind of a lot. You have to ship mixed seeds. I mean, you could ship mixed seeds. They're not part of the shipping collection, but they also sell for 0, so... Ooh, you can't even ship fiber is the funny thing. You can't even pull a fibrous farm because fiber's part of the shipping collection. But yeah, let me actually... I can hop real quick into the actual file, my actual farm, and show you what's what here. Show you where I'm at, because I am on a bit of a grind right now. Like the current task is to craft winter seeds, which basically involves getting to level 7 foraging and then getting like the materials to actually craft the thing. Ship artifacts. You can ship artifacts, absolutely. You can ship anything you've already had to ship, though. Yeah, basically, like, the tasks... If you get a task, like for instance, my first task I said was to ship a pale ale, right? So now I can ship as many pale ales as I want. whether I can get those pale ales is another story. Because, I mean, I can't gain farming levels, so how am I getting hops, right? I had to... I'm still allowing, because, like, the level up part of the challenge is a little bit finagly, because you could argue that, like, you're progressing towards level 10 in a skill simply by getting experience in that skill. But I thought that was a little too restrictive. The way I'm doing it is basically the same as when I did the original no level up challenge. I'm making it so that you can get, like, up to your next threshold level, basically. So, like, I could get, like, 99 experience, but if I leveled up in that skill, that's a no-go. That counts as progress towards that task, so... Can you tell us how you ended up getting the pale ale? Oh, it's a story. It's a story and a half. It'll be made into its own video relatively soon, actually. I'm already in the process of editing the first episode of this challenge. So I'm hoping to have that done within at least the next, like, 2 weeks or so, I want to say. Anyway, I should actually show you here. Playtime on this farm right now, by the way, is 23 hours, 15 minutes. But that is not indicative of the actual amount of, like, time I've put into this challenge, because there's been a lot of, like, other stuff that I've done. Like, I've had to, like, reset the day a whole bunch of times for various things. How many items per video? It honestly depends on, like, the tasks I get. Have a good one, Ayana. Thank you for tuning in. You get cash by doing quests. Well, hold on a second. Let me bring you into the game here. Also, you're gonna notice something pretty immediately. Let me know who notices it first. But yeah, do you get cash by quests? You do not, because if you do quests at the bulletin board, then you get friendship experience for completing those quests. And if you gain, in the rules of the challenge, if, like, there are tasks to, like, befriend every NPC. So if you get friendship points for any of those NPCs, you can't do that. You need more backpack space, and it's not Chloe. This is not Chloe. This is Beatrix. I decided to give Chloe a break. There was something in my heart telling me to give Chloe a break, and so I randomized a new character. This is Beatrix. Beatrix and Pie. Lovely little cream-colored cat. What is that new menu? This is actually just the UI info suite mod. This is the only mod that's in here right now, and the only thing I have enabled for it is to show the experience gain, because it makes it easier to see. Like, basically, I'll show you. If I, like, scroll between the tools, you can see, you can see, like, the experience points that I'm at for each skill. So you can see, like, there, as I mouse over the tools, you get sort of that insight. It just makes it easier to see for, like, for viewers and stuff. And it's easier for me to track at the end of the day. Chloe home with Haley somewhere living the high life. Exactly. Chloe's been through enough. You can think of, like, Chloe as Beatrix's mentor. That's kind of how I like to think of it. My challenges are getting more and more convoluted. I don't doubt it. Yeah, but I'll show you. There's no word of a lie. I've shipped 1 pale ale. And that is it. That's all I've done here. No fish caught, no artifacts found. I have found some gems. I haven't actually donated any of these to the museum, despite it showing that it kind of looks like I might have. I'm pretty sure I haven't even been in the museum yet. But yeah, if you just, like, find these in the mines, then it shows up there. Nothing cooked, but I do have the recipes, some achievements, some letters, most of the secret notes. Beatrix is Chloe's cousin. There you go. How did I get the fish? All these fish that you see here, all of these fish here, and my octopus, who I named Cedric, they're all from the trash. They're all, because I basically go every single day, which, by the way, it is currently spring 11th of year 2. Every single day I check all the trash cans. It's Price of Perfection all over again. You want to know how I got the pale ale so bad? Basically, for the pale ale, you can see I have a keg here. I have not crafted a keg because I can't craft a keg because I'm level 1 farming, level 0 farming, my bad. So I had to get this keg by different means, and the means by which I did that was I had to complete the artisan bundle. How did you complete the artisan bundle, you might ask? Well, here's the thing, in order to unlock the artisan bundle, you have to complete one of the original bundles from like the crafts room here. To complete these bundles is no small feat, because like most of these bundles are like foraging bundles, so you can't get the stuff for them without getting foraging experience, right? So basically I had to wait until, in order to get this spring foraging one, it's different now because I can actually gain foraging levels, because my new task is to craft winter seeds. It's very convoluted. I know this is probably confusing for a lot of people because like I've been entrenched in this challenge. It makes sense to me, but me explaining it is probably like it's mind-numbing for a lot of people. Anyway, I completed the construction bundle. That was the first bundle I completed by getting 10 hardwood from crates and barrels in the mines, which unlocked the fish tank and the pantry. Then the artisan bundle I was able to complete by using fruit trees, because fruit trees don't give any experience. And so I had to wait until I got all 6 fruit from the fruit trees, then I could fill up that bundle. That gets me the keg. Also, in summer of year 1, I grew a single hop, and I just kind of ate the farming experience in that one. It wasn't nearly enough to get me like a full level. I have like 7 farming experience total right now. And I saved that until I could put it in the keg and then ship it. Easy. Any questions? Any more questions? So the bundles are not different goals in your thing? No. Basically, any goal that's in the spreadsheet is... pretty much all of them are like things that are directly required for perfection. So like shipping anything, catching any fish, getting a star drop, befriending a villager, slaying however many monsters, leveling up a skill to level 10. All of those are like their own tasks, but things that are like indirectly required for perfection, like upgrading the house or whatever, are not... they're not their own goals, so I can do those kind of freely. I did make some things into their own goals that aren't required for perfection, just for funsies. One of those you may have noticed is backpack upgrades. I can't get any backpack upgrades until I get those goals, so oof. There are multiple ways to get an item. How do you decide which one is within the rules? Basically, whichever one completes the least amount of progress towards perfection, which can get a little nebulous depending on the situation, but it's mostly pretty straightforward. You're allowed to level up to level 9, just not level 10. No, that's the level up part. Like I said earlier, is the most confusing part of this whole thing. Basically, there is a task in the spreadsheet, one for each skill, that says level up X skill, so like level up foraging to level 10. That's its own task, right? So I can't make progress on that task until I get that task, which means I can't normally gain levels in a skill. I can't even gain like the first level in a skill, which is why I have level 0 and everything except foraging, because right now my second task is to craft winter seeds, and I have to make an exception for that, because to craft winter seeds, you get the recipe for that at level 7 foraging, so there's just no way for me to do that. But once I hit level 7 foraging, I can't level up again until I either have to get a recipe from later on in the foraging skill, or until I get that level 10 foraging goal. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if you're following, thumbs down if I'm crazy. Foraging levels are a sub-goal. Yeah, basically, because I can't physically craft winter seeds until I get to level 7 foraging. I avoid gaining experience unless it would count towards my current goal. Correct. Yes. That's a much more eloquent way of phrasing it. And I can technically still gain experience, I just can't gain enough experience to level me up. Basically the same as if you've watched Sal's Imperfection run, which you definitely should. He just uploaded it recently. Very, very good video. Same sort of idea. You can get as close to the level as you physically can, and that can be useful to get certain things done, like farming the hops. I gained 7 farming experience for that, but if I got to like 100 farming experience, that's a problem. I follow, but wouldn't it have been possible to lock some of the goals until you completed other goals? Maybe if I was a better coder. But alas, I am not, and this is what I'm stuck with. But maybe in a future iteration of the challenge, I don't know. So if you level up foraging goal now, do you skip the first 7 times or only skip after you're level 10? So there's only one goal that says like reach foraging level 10. There's not like 10 goals that say level up in foraging. So eventually I will get that foraging level 10. And the thing is, you never need to get level 10 in any skill to like learn a recipe. The recipes stop at level 9, and then level 10 is just your profession. So, like, the highest I would ever need to get for something would be level 9, and then I can't get to level 10 until I get that skill, or until I get that goal. Thank you, Punk Shep. I am passionate about this one. This is kind of my baby, because I did do all the coding and stuff to make this this happen. I do have a significant amount of total earnings. You might be wondering, how did you make so much money in 1 year if you're not allowed to sell basically anything? The answer for that is geode farming. I found a floor in the mines where I can go and mine the same rock over and over again, and every single time it drops a geode. And then I can sell those geodes through the shipping bin for 50 gold apiece, because geodes are not part of the shipping collection, so it doesn't count for perfection. That's basically how I've been making my money. I have run into a bit of a snag, though, with that, unfortunately. For the legend, would you level up to 7 and then eat a seafoam pudding then? I would level up to 6 and eat a seafoam pudding, which is actually why I have a seafoam pudding right now. In my this is the only storage that I have right now, because I can't craft any chests. Since crafting a chest is a requirement for perfection, it's its own goal. So my fridge is the only thing I can use for storage right now. And tables, which you can see my table Jade there. I got that at the Feast of the Winter Star. Had to reset a few times for that one. Have a good one, Emmy. I do have this seafoam pudding. I bought this at the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies. Iron Man Challenge Light? Kinda, yeah. I've been saving up my mushrooms from my mushroom cave as well, just for fun. I also have this one lone star fruit that I bought at the luau. I also have this pomegranate wine, which is actually, I think I have this on me right now because I need to complete or not complete, but add it to the Enchanters bundle. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. So I had the keg. I figured I might as well use it. What year is this? This is year 2. This is currently year 2, and you can see I have bought all the rare crows that I have access to so far. I know I said no traveling cart, and you can only get the snowman rare crow from the traveling cart. I'm making exceptions to the traveling cart rule. Well, I got it from the Festival of Ice, technically, but it's the same lady who sells it. I'm making exceptions to that rule if she is the only way to get something, so mainly for like that rare crow and the rare seed eventually, because there's no other ways to get it. Imagine next task is to cook mango sticky rice. You have to go to Ginger Island to get that mango. I'm dreading the first task that makes me go to Ginger Island, because the only way I have to get hardwood right now. I mean, I have some ideas now. I could technically pull. No, actually, you know what? I was gonna say I could do what Salments did in his imperfection run. I did watch that video. Sal, I don't know if you're still here, but I did watch it, and I saw your Galaxy Brain strategy of getting the mahogany seed from a slime in the secret woods and then growing that and knocking them down with bombs so you don't get foraging experience. That's a great way to get hardwood. It takes a long time, but it does work. And I could do that if, and only if, I had the task to slay 1,000 slimes before I need to do that. Because if I slay a single slime, that counts towards those 1,000 slime eradication goal. So basically, I can't kill any slimes until I get that goal, which is kind of an oof moment. Or get combat level 10. Technically not true, because I can get combat level 10 without killing any monster eradication goal monsters. Yeah, you can't kill enemies that have eradication goals. I can kill monsters that that don't have eradication goals, but I can't kill any monsters that do. It's it'll make more sense when the first video drops, I promise. But you're just gonna have to take my word for it right now. Right now, basically, and right now I do have some goals that I'm working on. The main thing to get to like winter, to be able to craft the winter seeds, is get to level 7 forging and then get the winter forgeables in winter. So we'll get there eventually, but for now I do have some goals, and many of those goals involve getting to Calico Desert. So I've been wanting to make some money to do that, so that's probably where I'm going to go ahead and start. Which monsters don't have eradication goals? Yeah, Squid Kids are one. The Metalheads are another. Which other ones? That might be it. No, like, wait, what? I think golems? Like golems in the dark levels of the mines? Ghosts? Ghosts I don't think do. I think that's correct. Isn't it better to first sleep to winter, pick up the forgeables, then get the forging levels? That is like the speedrun strat for sure, but I have other goals that I want to pursue in the meantime to make potential future goals easier. So that's what I've been working on. One of which is actually, here you get to see the outside of my farm for the first time. It's a little bit scuffed right now. I can't get any of these stones because they give mining experience. I do have a coop. Everyone say hi to Pi, by the way. I do have a coop. I don't have any chickens, though. This coop is a relatively new development. That's part of the master plan for the future. That's a lot of stone. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stone. It's kind of a labyrinth right now. Looks like a beach. It looked a lot worse. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I got to do this. I've been doing this every single day, where I go and take a screenshot, and you probably won't be able to see this, but then I'm taking a screenshot for every single day of the challenge so that I can do kind of like a, you know, a time lapse of the farm over time, eventually. It also helps to, you know, check for debris and stuff. My beach alone is going to get me level 3 mining, honestly, though. I can get rid of the wood, and I wasn't originally able to get rid of the trees because they give forging experience, but now that I have to level up to level 7 forging, that made life a little bit easier for me on that front. I do still have a single tree. I have this tree right here, because it's blocked off by all the stones. It's so resilient. It's the lucky tree that could. So basically my daily chores at this point in my life, I never sleep through like a day. Sometimes I go to bed like early in the days, but I go check I do my screenshot of the farm, I check the mushroom cave, then I go into town and I check the garbages. Here's all my fruit trees, by the way. I'm not harvesting them just because I don't have really any room to store the fruit right now. No farming? Correct. No farming right now. Because I don't want to get any unnecessary farming experience that could come back to bite me in the future. Also, I haven't met like half the town, by the way. If you look at my thing here, I haven't ever talked to like a single one of these people. The only reason I've talked to some of these people is because they like show up at my farm and have cutscenes for whatever reason. Please tell me you didn't put Fector's challenge as a goal on here. Do you even need to ask, Salem? Do you even need to ask? Yo, Pickle Jar Rag. I forgot how much I loved you. I don't think any of these are ones I can complete yet, no. Does selling to Pierre count for shipping goals? It does not, but I've made a rule against selling directly to Pierre's, specifically for that reason, because it would make making money, like, trivial. I could just, like, sell all my mushrooms to Pierre every day, and that would make me a decent chunk of change. So I've been resorting to geode farming, mainly. Welcome back, Zipporah. Alright, let me go ahead and deposit the wine at the community center here. Oh, also, I actually need to... This is a bit different because I've been doing this off stream, and you're not going to actually see this, but I have a notes page that I need to keep updated with, like, what I'm doing. So let me see. Let me go to this section of my notes. Today is... What is the day? It's spring 11th, year 2. And wine to enchanters bundle, basically. That's all I need to add here. I'm just keeping notes to make things, you know, easier for editing Argon in the future. Yeah, no help quest because it gives friendship, which we don't want. Why check the community center help quest board? I don't really check the bulletin board. I do check the special orders board because that one doesn't give friendship experience, and there are a very select few quests that I can complete there within my restrictions. There we go. Like a very, very select few. But it's still worth checking. I just forgot. I probably already checked it earlier this week. I just, like, forgot, basically. Yo, this song kind of goes hard, honestly. I also deforested the entirety of the valley here. And I will consume this wild horseradish because I really have no other use for it right now. I can do the wood order for Robin now. I did do Robin's resource rush, actually. That was one of the ones that I did. I unlocked I think the stone chest recipe. I do have that unlocked here. I can't craft it, obviously, but... Anyway, I'm off to make some money now. Yo, this is my emotional support rabbit. This guy is a recurring character. Emotional support bunny. You love it. Can I have some info on what you're doing? Hello, Wickedy. It's a little complicated. The gist of it, let me try and do like an elevator pitch for this challenge. The goal is to complete perfection one step at a time using a randomized spreadsheet of tasks to complete them all in order. So basically I have a spreadsheet, I click a button, it gives me a random task. My first task was ship pale ale. So I had to do that while simultaneously not making progress on any of the other tasks for perfection. And then once I complete that task, then I get assigned a new one, rinse and repeat until I get perfection. That's my elevator pitch. I'm calling it piecemeal perfection because it's alliteration, and I think it makes sense. Did I replant the trees after deforestation? I did not. I do have a bunch of tree seeds saved up, though. Right now, my task is to, by the way, because my first task was to ship a pale ale. That one's been done. It's been done off screen. There'll be a video about it that explains all of this much more clearly than I am right now. Current task is to craft winter seeds. That's where we're at. Love playing the game by making it more difficult than needed. You're in the right place, Wickedy. You are my people for sure. After the challenge is done, are you going to put all the videos into one? That is the popular thing to do these days. Anyway, so I've run into a bit of a snag with my money-making method because, like I said, the only way I've really been consistently making money is by selling geodes. Which, by the way, getting to floor 20 of the mines without any mining or combat experience, I've done it in the past. Well, not without any, but it was its own beast, and that's gonna be that'll be a fun one in the first video. But floor 15 has been my mainstay because there's a rock right here that spawns literally next to the elevator that gives geodes every single time I mine it. So I've just this is basically like how I make money. Exactly like this. You just wait for that one rock to show up. That's not a rock, that's a piece of fiber. It's okay, I'll wait. It'll happen eventually. Usually I turn off the elevator dings as well because I'm not quite that psychotic. Wait for it. Wait for it. Did I watch Salmon's video? I did. It was a very good video. The imperfection run. Get some dings in chat. There it is. All right, so this rock, you smash it. Where's my geode? Where's my geode, you may be wondering. And I wondered this to myself. This is a relatively new development. My geode farming method no longer works because of this son of a gun right here. This dang magnifying glass. I picked it up thinking, oh, whatever, that's not a big deal. I'll just get the magnifying glass, now I'll have a chance to find secret notes. You fool. Now every single geode has is replaced. Every single geode is replaced with a secret note. But it's not just like replaced with like a secret note every single time. No. Basically, when you break that rock, there's a chance, well, it'll give you, it's guaranteed to roll for a secret note. And if it rolls a secret note that you don't already have, then you get that secret note. So I was like, the first time I came across that, I was like, okay, that's kind of a bummer, because now I have to like get all the secret notes before I can start geode farming again, which is, it's annoying, but it wouldn't take that long, right? Like, look at this, I'm already up to, I have all except one secret note. But wait, what's that one secret note? It's secret note number 10. Do you know what secret note number 10 is? Seasoned Stardew Valley aficionados will tell you secret note number 10 is the only secret note in the entire game that has an additional requirement to find it. That is not just having the magnifying glass. In order to get secret note number 10, you have to complete the Cheese Challenge quest, which involves getting to floor 25 of the Skull Cavern without mining or combat experience. So it's a bit of a ways off right now, but we'll get there. But unfortunately, until I get to floor 25 of the Skull Cavern, I can't make money with geodes anymore. I can't get geodes. At least maybe there's another geode farming spot that I have yet to discover somewhere deeper in the mines, because like I said, I've only gotten to floor 20 here. But yeah, that was my primary money-making method. I was usually able to make like 5,000 gold a day from geode farming, which is 100 geodes a day. Yeah, I don't know if it's like just this specific rock that's like cursed with the secret notes, or if it's every geode rock, but you probably can still get geodes, and I think I can probably find another geode farming spot. I'll just have to like look around. Hey, Dog.Cat, thank you for being a member for 11 months as well. So the only other money-making method that I've been using right now is not as good. Here's how it works. It's still in the mines. Basically what you do, you go to floor 20, skip on down to floor 21, check around for any crates or barrels or quartz, because I can ship quartz because it's not part of the shipping collection. I gather the quartz, I gather the earth crystals, and rinse and repeat. This is how we make money. This is Beatrix's life now. This is how you make money in this challenge. Oh, crates and barrels. Pog. A little bit of loot. Can't even ship that stone. Part of the shipping collection. Can't do it. Yo, welcome in, Lily. I could dig the ground for artifacts and sell those. I could do that. That is true. But it's also not very time efficient, honestly. It's not very time effective, I think. But maybe. I haven't actually tested that out. So if anyone else has any ideas on how I can make faster money without selling anything that's in the shipping collection, I'm all ears. Will the copper trash can work? I could use that to make money, but yo, Geode, nice. But upgrading the trash can is its own goal, so I can't do that. Can't even kill the flies, that is correct. No combat experience for me, at least not from flies. You can ship gems, that is, you can do that. That is one thing I can do, which is why I'm collecting the quartz and the earth crystals that come around. But I can't, like, mine for gems because I don't want to level up in mining. Sell clay to Robin. I have banned selling to shops. At least if those items that are normal. Oh, yes! Yo, hardwood! You guys don't understand how important this is. This, as of this moment, as of right now in the challenge, this is my only way to get hardwood. This is the only thing I can do to get hardwood. I had to get 10 hardwood for the construction bundle by doing this, exactly what you're seeing right now. I'm gonna mark that in my video notes. Right now we are doing Mine looping is what I'm calling it. And this is +1 hardwood. Only 199 to go for the boat to Ginger Island. Gems don't give XP. They do give XP if you mine them. They used to not give XP, like the just like generic purple gem nodes. They used to not give any XP when you mined them, but they do now. Believe me, I've tried. I assume you use Blade's Predictor tool to find the first geode spot. I did not, actually. I manually hunted that geode spot. I basically just, like, kept resetting the floor over and over again, trying to, like, hunt down every single tile until I found a geode spot relatively close to the elevator. And then I reset the day, because by that point I gained a lot of mining experience, so I had to reset anyway, and then I remembered that one. Argon, what? This is my life right now. I'm okay with this. You know what the best part is, chat? Sometimes on these floors, sometimes on floor 21, you find some torches. I don't think, it's not very common, but you can find torches. Those torches, they sell for 5 gold a piece. So I pick up every torch that I find. Because it's like a little microcosm of a geode. It sells for 1/10 of a geode, so if I get 10 torches, that's like getting 1 geode. It's pretty pog. Yo, Knock, thank you for being a member for 7 months at the Electron level. Hope all is well. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Big money, you know it. Torches. Yeah, you can sell torches because they're not part of the shipping collection. What are we doing? We are making stonks right now. This is my money-making method. I hope you like it. What if for April Fools I posted, like, amazing Stardew Valley money-making methods that you've never tried before, and it's this? Just go to the mines, and there's lots of... Yo, amethyst, yes! That's a big one. That's a big get right there. I don't even care about the coal, to be honest with you. There's plenty of gems just sitting on the ground waiting for you to pick them up. You can sell them for a pretty significant profit. If you were starting this challenge over, would you skip the magnifying glass? 1000%, yes. The magnifying glass completely destroyed the best money-making method I had. And I just know at this point that, like, I'm gonna get the task for the golden clock, and this is still gonna be my best money-making method. Amazing money-making methods that you should never try. Oh, Wiki there with the clickbait titles already. I love it. Check the rock on the other side of the elevator. I have already. Don't trust me. I've checked pretty much every rock that's on that floor. I think I've checked all these floors. Like every floor that I have unlocked, I've checked them all like many times for geode spots. There are none right now. I think that in order to find a geode farming spot, I'm gonna have to go deeper in the mines probably, or I'm gonna have to get to floor 25 of Skull Cavern. Just to like re-unlock that geode farming spot. Geode spots move daily? They do not. At least not the one that I had. It was there every single day, I promise you that. How much of the vault bundle have I done? You think I have the vault bundle unlocked? I've completed, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I've completed 3 bundles, which is not enough to unlock the vault, unfortunately. So I need to complete at least 1 more bundle in order to unlock the vault. Which is easy enough. Once I get to summer, I can just do the summer foraging bundle, since I'm not restricted in my foraging levels right now. Lol, what vault? I could always go Joja, I guess, but I should do the community center because there are certain items that are basically essential. Spa time music? I don't think this is the spa. This is just the winter season music. It's still very soothing, though. Ooh, I think I already have. That's just a small magnet ring, right? Yeah, I don't need that. Oh, Earth Crystal. I forgot I can actually put these in one of the bundles over here. I guess I can, in theory, if I get deep enough in the mines, I can just do the geologist bundle. That's probably still a pretty big time investment. Can you sell weapons, or is that also banned? I could sell weapons because they're not part of the shipping collection. Problem with that is actually I have to get into the Adventurers Guild to do that, and in order to do that, you have to kill 10 slimes, and I can't kill any slimes until I get the slime monster eradication goal. You see how this challenge can become a bit of a problem very quickly. Trash this red mushroom, we don't need it. I only keep the red mushrooms that I grow on my own farm, thank you very much. The song always reminds you of Secret of Mana. Dude, I forgot about Secret of Mana. That's a good game. But actually, I just remembered now. There is one bundle that I'm working on completing that is, I don't know if it's going to be the quickest one necessarily, but there's one that I saw that I could do relatively easily. And you're going to see which one that is because it's kind of time sensitive. I have to actually leave the mines pretty soon here. In fact, I could probably leave like right now, but I'll show you in a second what the next phase of my day usually looks like. Because this is phase one. This is how we make our money. This is an amazing idea. Thank you. Thank you. I take no credit for it. I was just inspired by yet another RuneScape challenge. All right. So now it's closing in on 7 p.m., which means I got to head back to my farm because around 7 p.m. is when the monsters start coming out, and you might be like, "Hold on, mister. You went on this whole big thing. You can't get combat experience. You can't kill slimes or bats or whatever." Au contraire, the monsters you kill on your farm, number one, don't give combat experience. Number two, don't count towards monster eradication goals. So I can kill the monsters that spawn on my farm, and you better believe I turn monster spawning on my farm for this exact reason. So I can farm up 10 bat wings and 99 slime for the Adventurers bundle here. But first, let's go ahead and sell our goods. Single amethyst, the single geode, all that good stuff. Go ahead and deposit all this. That is literally my only piece of hardwood right now. Oof. Good for this challenge, but I hate it for the never leave the farm challenge. I can't imagine why. So now I'm just going to go ahead and walk around until monsters show up, basically. Hello. I also haven't been hitting artifact spots because I don't feel like there's... I guess, you know, I could actually... Now that I think about it, I should be hitting artifact spots because I can just sell the artifacts. Also, I was lucky enough to get this wood club, so I can just, like, yeet guys pretty easily like that. Yeah, I can sell the artifacts. I was thinking, like, I don't have a reason to get artifacts because I don't want to donate any to the museum because that's its own series of goals. But why the heck not? Wild hat. I would love to get the living hat on this challenge. That'd be pretty cool. I could also just save them. That's true, but it's not ideal because I don't have that much space to save them in. As you've seen, my only repository for items is my fridge. I can't get any chests or anything right now. I'd have to buy a bunch of tables, which I've been there before, but it's not a long-term solution. No, the green slimes on the farm do not work for the Adventurers Guild either. That was another thought that I had, but alas, it does not work. Yes, Batwing. Can I buy another fridge? If I can complete Gus's omelet quest, then I can get a mini fridge, yes. But I can't buy any extra fridges until that point, basically. I think it's only the The Gus's omelet quest that gives the mini fridge. Is that right? And after that, you can buy them from Robin's. That's if the wiki is to be believed. Because they're all actually just in your mind. The monsters are just living night terrors and not real. Then why do I wake up with more slime in my fridge? What the heck? where does it come from? Slime and bat wings. Oh my. I also kill any wilderness golems I come across because you never know when that living hat drop is going to pop. Also, one big new development is that in this challenge, I have no qualms with using the chair to like get past obstacles. Mostly because it doesn't help me that much. But I can use chair clips to get into places. It's useful in a very, very small amount of circumstances. Honestly, it's most useful like navigating the farm in some points. Double Batwing? You shouldn't have. You can get mini fridges once you have the kitchen. Is this true? I'll go check Robin's tomorrow for sure. I would be very happy. Yo, halfway through our Batwings. Let's go. And a 10th of the way. Well, an 11th of the way to the slimes. Let me go ahead and mark that in my notes. 5 Batwings. 9 slime. Beautiful. Pretty sure you can just buy the fridge once your house is upgraded. What the heck? Habu did it in his No Crafting Community Center run? Well, if Habu did it, then it has to be true. 400 gold! Let's go! It's a good day for me. Actually, no. Like a good day of this money-making method is typically like 1,000 gold. All right, I will go buy a fridge from Robin if this is the case, because that would be huge. Although that is a lot of money, probably. I don't know how expensive they are. I think like 3,000 gold sounds right. Egg Festival coming up. That'll be a clean 1,000 gold in the pocket. That's not bad. Don't forget my daily screenshot. Beautiful. Wish you could put them in the mines, the fridges. That would be, I mean, they'd basically just be chests at that point, wouldn't they? Gotta give them some novelty, I suppose. Imagine you could only put food in a fridge. That'd be pretty rough. Yo, welcome in, Creatrix. It's complicated. It's a complicated challenge to explain. Basically, right now I'm trying to craft winter seeds without doing anything else that requires perfection, or that contributes towards perfection. I'll make like an FAQ for this at some point, but this is not like a stream challenge. This is mostly like an off-stream challenge that I've been doing. It's why it's so confusing right now for a lot of people, is because I'm jumping in like 25 hours into the challenge. And trying my best to explain it, but most people seem to be understanding right now. But I will make it. I will make a more concise, clear explanation for what's going on eventually. Piecemeal perfection is, yeah, that's what I've been calling it. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything to anybody if they haven't heard it before. Chipped amphora, that's kind of rare. You can put dressers in the mines. That's kind of cool. Make your mine a home. Except no fridge for you, I guess. So you're just gonna have to eat raw cave carrots nonstop. Is completing the museum one of the separate challenges or a part of getting star drops? There is basically the task for the museum is get the museum star drop, and I count that as like donating all the stuff. I don't know, maybe I'll like, you know, go back on that one. Maybe I'll allow myself to like donate things over time, but for now I'm choosing not to donate anything. Normally, I also go out and I forage on Saturday. For the little bit of foraging experience I can get. We're almost at level 5 foraging, actually. But this week, there's level 5 foraging. Love to see it. In fact, I should make a note of that in my notes. Yeah, but this week the Egg Festival is on Saturday, so it kind of puts a damper in the foraging thing. Level 5 foraging. That's kind of big. Make your mine a homie. Dwarf is already taking care of that one. Clay, don't care. Don't care, didn't ask. Plus your clay. Don't really need any of these. Can't sell them anyway. I can sell the mussel, I'm pretty sure, because that counts as a fish, not part of the shipping collection. Coral and sea urchins and all that stuff, they unfortunately are part of the shipping collection, so rip me. The backpack upgrades are their own goal in the spreadsheet. So I will be able to get them eventually. Actually, I think I could have sold that cockle. That's okay, it was whatever. I will be able to get the backpack upgrades eventually, but not until I get that goal, basically. Alright, take me home so I can sell my little goodies that I've got today. And then I will go back to the mines, I suppose. Well, actually, we're gonna hit up Robin's first, that's right. See if I can buy that fridge, or if chat's just spouting a bunch of hot air. Something tells me chat's so united on this fridge thing that it must just be like a thing I can do. Alright, I will sell the pine cones, sell the chipped amphora, and the mussel. Beautiful. Are we doing a challenge run right now? It's understandable to be confused. This is a very impromptu thing. Yes, this is a challenge. It's piecemeal perfection, where I do perfection randomized one step at a time. I've been doing it mostly off stream, but I can do some of these grinds on stream, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Why am I here? I'm gonna make it more official later. Once I drop like the first actual episode of this challenge, because it's gonna be its own little edited episodic series that I make, then it'll be more like officially canonized. I did finish the Giftathon, not the Iron Man challenge yet though. Alright. There is a mini fridge here. What the heck, dude? Okay, well, I guess I can just buy mini fridges until Kingdom Come. Ooh, furniture catalog? That could be handy, too. Can I get free mini fridges from the furniture catalog? Infinite storage possibilities? Also need to buy all these recipes eventually. That is a huge chunk of change, $3,000, but it is probably worth it, because I can get a lot of mileage out of a single fridge. So let's go ahead and buy that. Thank you, chat. I've been living all this time on that one fridge lifestyle. All this time, I had access to so much more than I knew. Purchased mini fridge. $3,000 chests that you can't put like anywhere except your kitchen, probably. Can you like put them out here? Unsuitable location. Who are you to tell me what's a suitable location for a fridge? Oh, does Wickedy have the perfect tagline for the challenge? Let me see. Piecemeal Perfection Challenge is where Argon's chipping away at perfection one piece at a time at random. It has a lot of restrictions. Is Argon up to the challenge? We shall see. Do you even need to ask? It'll probably take many hundreds of hours. Depending on the order that I get the tasks in. I appreciate it, by the way, Wickedy. That is a pretty good, concise description of the challenge so far. Isn't everyone chipping away perfection one piece at a time? True, but no one's doing it in the way I am. Yeah, I definitely do think I will, like, post a publicly available version of this little, like, randomizer tool that I've got going, because I think that could be a lot of fun. I don't know if necessarily everyone is up to, like, doing a perfection run, but you could use it to, that's actually, like, the tool is pretty customizable. Like, I showed you the list of goals and stuff that I have in there, but you could theoretically, like, make a copy of that spreadsheet and just, like, make your own list of goals in there for, not even just for Stardew Valley, but technically for, like, anything. And just have it randomly select it, so there's definitely some potential in there. The bunny. It's my emotional support bunny. He doesn't have a name. Perfection is chipping away at me. Never have I empathized with a statement in chat more. Not great luck with the gems today. It's all right. I have to imagine there's a better money-making method somewhere out there. I just don't know how to get to it right now, or what it would be. I think if I can get to the casino, that's probably a pretty good idea. Then I can just gamble my life away, and, like, if I just, like, keep rolling the slots for many hours on end, don't you just make, like, infinite money that way? Because you can, like, trade it for hardwood fences, which they can then sell because they're not part of the shipping collection. Who am I gonna marry in this challenge? It depends on when I get the spouse star drop goal. I can't craft, that's true, but at the casino, you can trade your winnings, your chi coins, directly for hardwood fences, which you can then sell, which I think is the most profitable way to make money from chi coins if you don't have access to, like, deconstructors and stuff. I don't know, I'd have to look into the casino mechanics again. But yeah, I can't craft anything unless I explicitly am told, hey, craft this, which is what we're actually doing right now. We're trying to craft winter seeds, eventually. It might not look like it, but this is the path that leads to winter seeds. Trust me, I have 1,400 hours in this game. You wouldn't limit your backpack upgrades if you were doing this? That's entirely fair. You're just trying to think of something. You've done the fence thing in your 200 days. I would love to. I've never done the hardwood fence strategy. It seems like a fun time. I could set up, like, an auto clicker to just, like, keep clicking the slots for me and then, like, go to bed. I probably wouldn't, though, because I would feel like I was cheating, but it is technically a possibility. Just an overnight stream of of Stardew Valley slots. Bro, I'm getting nothing from this day of grinding. We're gonna have, like, 1 piece of quartz by the end of this that I can sell. 2 pieces of quartz. I just doubled my profits. Let's go. You gambit the cards. It escalated quickly. Might take a chunk out of the golden clock grind. The golden clock grind might not be too bad, depending on when I get that task. I was just lucky because when I first tested, like, when I finally finished coding the, like, functionality of the spreadsheet, and wait, can I make it to that? I think I can. When I finally finished coding the functionality of the spreadsheet, I'm like, all right, let's test this. Let's do a dry run and see what it has in store for me. I click the generate goal button. I kid you not, the first thing that pops up, build a golden clock. And I'm like, well, thank God it appeared when I was testing this, because there's no way it'll appear, like, twice in a row. Like, it wouldn't appear as my first goal when I actually roll for my first, like, live goal, right? And thankfully it didn't. I got pale ale instead. Which I think was a pretty good starting goal. It wasn't, like, the easiest thing in the world. It wasn't, like, sell stone. It wasn't, like, ship some stone. But it also, like, wasn't a completely game-destroying grind. Like, I didn't have to, like, get to Ginger Island or anything to ship Pale Ale. It was just, like, basically a year of waiting for fruit trees to grow more or less. Wait, I can get that. Because this doesn't give experience. Are you allowed to do something as much as you want once it's been completed? Yes. Basically, once I get a task, that task is unlocked. So, like, if I got, for instance, if I had gotten, like, ship stone as my first, as my very first goal, then I'd be able to sell as much stone as I want for money, yeah. Probably missed it earlier. I'm editing while watching. No worries. What you editing? No spoilers. No spoilers. It's okay. Yo, torches! Let's go! The torch grind is real. I'm gonna get rid of the stone, because that's easy to grind. Ooh, wait a hot minute. This is actually a rare occurrence. You guys might be witnessing history right now. I haven't made it to floor 25 yet. I haven't unlocked floor 25, because I can't, like, mine or combat my way down there. So if I get another freebie here... I'm looking. Ooh, the crates and barrels over there. Do you see it? It's a gold mine. The hardwood potential is unrivaled. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. I did get a single piece of hardwood at least, which is, you know, I can't be too upset about that, I suppose. I also don't see any freebies. April Fool's video? Yo, I was planning an April Fool's video. I have, like, all the stuff recorded and scripted out, but I was, like, in no headspace to put it together, to put together a funny video for April. Plus, it's actually, like, way more work than I thought it was going to be. That video will come to light eventually, just probably not as an April Fool's video. Alright, I'm headed back. We're done mining for the day. I also have to go over here, plus 1 hardwood. Perfect. 1 hardwood's worth about $1 million. That's how it feels. Also, weird Stardew factoid for the day. If I had to, like, get pine tar, oak resin, or maple syrup for whatever reason, I can't craft a tapper to get that, because crafting a tapper is its own goal. But you can actually get those, believe it or not, without a tapper, by purchasing a wood chipper and putting hardwood in the wood chipper. There is a 0.66% chance, I think, of getting one of the syrups. So there is a roundabout way to get the syrups if I need to, but I'm just hoping it doesn't come to that. Wait, the leeks? I should go harvest those leeks, actually. Yeah, you're right. All right, mini fridge, you're gonna go right here for now. That's fine. And make sure in my rambling I haven't actually done anything. Yeah. My thought is, why only be a fool for 1 day of the year? So true. All right, quartz, torches. You love to see it. Is that guy trapped? No, there's a way around. I see the path through. Eat. Mini fridge doesn't have to be in the kitchen, just in the farmhouse. That's good intel. That's good intel. But it fits so well, like, aesthetically in the fridge. Oh, I forgot. I was going to actually, this was a thought that crossed my mind earlier. I want to really quick just go through the tasks so that we're all on the same page here. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet and just tell you, because like I said, there are some tasks that I put in that are not directly required for perfection, but that are just fun, that I wanted to throw in there, and I'm going to tell you what they are right now. So the tasks that I have for just myself, my own personal challenge interests, are, I have 4 tasks each for upgrading each of the tools. So like I have 4 upgrade the pickaxe tasks, so I can upgrade them, like, sequentially. I have 1 task is to drink the iridium snake milk. So that involves, you know, a whole slew of stuff. Beat Junimo Kart, that's another one. Complete Fector's Challenge is another one. Build the movie theater is its own task. Obtain the Return Scepter, that's another one. Obtain a Horse Flute, that's tough. Obtain the Key to the Town and the Pierre's Missing Stock List, those are all pretty spicy. Obtain the Special Charm is its own thing. And obtain Bear's Knowledge. Hold on a second, I think my chat died. I think my chat broke. No, we're good. Okay. Is obtain a horse one of those? Obtain the Horse Flute is one. Obtain the Special Charm. Obtain Bear's Knowledge. Upgrade the Backpack is on there twice. Obtain the Golden Scythe is on there. Appease the Trash Bear is on there. And Forge an Infinity Weapon is on there. Can I plant trees? Yes. I don't think there's any stipulations against planting trees. I'm gonna chomp down these leeks, honestly. You know what? Now that I have some actual extra space with this fridge revelation, I can start storing some leeks. Yo, look at that. Legendary. But can those obtains come up before the rest of the perfection quests? Yes. Like, my next task could be Forge an Infinity Weapon. I wouldn't want it to be, but it could. Obtain the Return Scepter would be a game changer. It would be very nice, but it would also be very hard, because I have to not only get to Krobus, but also have 2 million gold. But I'll be looking forward to it when it does happen. Maybe. Depends on how easy it is to get money by that point. Here's the thing, I have dreams of doing that casino method to make money eventually, but to get to the casino, you have to, like, among other things, farm 10 beets, and that's kind of a non-starter right now. Yo, Dawn Time, thank you for being a member for 11 months, almost a year, at the Positron level. The insane generosity, thank you. In my day by streaming today, I'm glad that I could help out. It's been I'm not gonna lie, dipping my toes back in after so long, it's a little taxing. It's a little stressful on my current mental state, but I'm having a good time. I can't say that I'm not. It feels good to be back in some capacity. Gather seeds from trees and sell them. They aren't on the shipping bin. Mahogany is worth 100, acorns worth 20. The acorns I have noticed are worth a lot. I never actually thought about that. I guess I could grow... Wait, do I have a bunch of... Let me see. Because I have saved some tree seeds. I'm pretty sure I have some in my fridge. Also going to put in my notes. +1 slime. Love to see it. How many elevator bings are 2 million gold exactly? Great question. I do have 23 acorns, 37 maple seeds, and 73 pine cones. So that is a possibility. Plant the trees and just, like, wait for them to spread, right? Cut them to leave the stumps, then keep gathering the seeds. Yo, you know what? You might be onto something. There's a mussel at the bottom, thank you. I'll have to think of that. I don't see a reason not to do that. I wish I could get mahogany seeds. That would be huge. Yeah, and shake them too. I gotta find... I'd probably want to plant them down, like, near the southern part of my farm, where there's a lot of room for them to spread. Or I could plant them in, like, the Cindersap Forest, I guess. Doesn't necessarily have to be on my farm. I could do it, like, on the railway if I really wanted to, wherever there's room. Thank you, Benthis. I appreciate that. Big brain play. You can get 1 star fruit per year at the luau. Collect enough for a Junimo hut, which will allow you to get crops without getting XP. Punk shit. You read my dang mind. A shaky seed farm. Has anyone ever done this in Stardew Valley? Grow trees not for the wood, not for the syrups, but for the seeds. They don't spread off farm, but they can be shooketh. Okay, that's actually good to know. Yo, this is why I should stream these challenges more often, because you guys have the best intel. Level 5 foraging, let's go. All right, neither of these professions really matter that much to me right now. Actually, gatherer could be good, because I think you get double the XP for, like, when this happens, you get double XP, but that could also be bad for the future, because once I hit level 7, I can't get to level 8 until I get a task that'll take me there. You did a sell only field snacks thing? Oh, no, no, no. Forester is hardwood later on. That's also true. Yeah, you know what? Forester is probably a better option here overall. $190. You love to see it. I get paranoid about this shipping collection, so I always just double check it every single day, basically. All right. Let me take my screenshot for the day. It's a lot of XP from level 7 to level 8, you'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that, but also, like, I don't want to risk anything, you know? It is a lot of XP, but it's not infinite XP. Alright, today's the Egg Festival. I'm real quick gonna shake down my cherry tree. I can't sell the cherries, obviously. If I could sell the fruit, this would just be great, but I'm hoarding cherries because I like cherries. I've decided to start a cherry collection and turn those cherries into wine as well. It's a cherry wine collection. You might be like, why would you make a collection of cherry wine? Even when I get the chance to sell it, it's not really like the most profitable wine I even have access to right now. And my answer to you is cherries are great. Cherries, best fruit. And I'll fight anyone who says otherwise. This is the hill I die on. Look at that. Don't these cherries just look satisfying? They're so cool. They're so cool. It's a great fruit. 10 out of 10 fruit. Would consume again. Alright, I think I will just... Actually, you know what? I could take some time... I don't have to be at the Egg Festival until 2 p.m., so I can actually go up to the mines and do a little bit of stuff there until we get to 2 p.m. First cherry wine made by any player ever. I'm happy to break new ground. We're always pushing the boundaries of what's possible in Stardew Valley. I guess I don't need to be carrying all my tools around at all times like this. It would probably behoove me to free up some inventory space, but not a big of a deal. Who even needs this leek anyway? I'm just gonna eat it. Just eat it. All right. Show me some quartz. I see that crate over there. It's a little out of the way, and I worry that slime is gonna slime me. As slimes are wont to do sometimes. I'd rather not risk it. Yo, welcome back, Blasted. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be live. This is, admittedly taking a lot out of me. It's not taking as much out of me as I thought it would, though, which is nice. It's a nice thing, but I'm starting to rebuild that mental, you know? Putting the hours in to rebuild that mental grind, and I think this is a good step in the right direction. Great music, by the way. Fantastic music, some of the best. Some of the best to ever do it. These mindless tasks are easier to do when hanging out with friends. It's very true, honestly. There's a weird sort of comfort in the camaraderie of doing something like mindless like this while other people are around to share in your misery. But even then, I'm so messed up that I do this, like, I've done a lot of, like, many hours of what you're seeing right now already, just, like, on my own. I'm not so crazy as to not have, like, a movie or something on in the background. By the way, new development. I was in such a funk and had, like, no energy to do anything for, like, most of the past month. I went and I was like, I should watch some movies. What movies have I been meaning to watch that I should watch? So I watched the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from Iron Man up through Avengers Endgame over the course of about, like, 2 weeks. So I'm caught up on the Marvel lore up till that point. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed my time with the Avengers. It's all kind of a blur now, though. Don't forget about the Egg Festival. We'll make it. We got until 2 p.m. We're good. Oh my god, that's an undertaking. It was a lot of movies. It was a lot of movies. I didn't watch any, like, TV shows or anything yet, but every single movie up until that point has been seen. Captain America. Captain America is pretty great. He's a cool guy. I'm more of an Iron Man guy myself. I like the Iron Man character. Robert Downey Jr. does it right. I don't know what more to say. Iron Man's pretty great. When you do movie marathons, you forget what happens in what movie. Yeah, it's basically all like one long story in my brain now. Which is, I think, more or less how it's intended, right? Like, I can't imagine watching, like, Avengers Endgame without ever having watched any of the movies beforehand. I just don't think it would be... I don't think you could. I don't think you'd enjoy yourself. At least not nearly as much as you would, if you had seen all the other ones and had the context. Maybe not all the other ones, but enough of them. Agent Carter was amazing. Yo, Peggy Carter. Peggy Carter is pretty great. I can't lie about that. Never really been interested in movies for some reason. I'm not much of a movie watcher most of the time, but every now and then I get the urge. Been enjoying the Hunger Games trilogy again. I think I've only ever seen the first Hunger Games movie. I heard they got worse after that. I'd probably still like them. I'm pretty easy to please. Actually, maybe I have seen the second one. I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've seen any Hunger Games related stuff. Have I ever seen Your Name? I have seen The Matrix. The Matrix movies are some of my favorites. Not true at all. Alright, well, I guess I gotta add it to my list then. Hunger Games, what is it? Is it Mockingjay? Wait, is it Catching Fire and then Mockingjay parts 1 and 2? Is this how it goes? Alright, we're gonna head to the Egg Festival. I'm gonna get rid of this wood because I would like an inventory spot. We're talking about Marvel movies. I've officially watched all the Marvel movies up through Endgame, which was a pretty good one. All right, I could buy yet another plush bunny. That's it's a big investment, but I do like my emotional support bunny. I think instead, though, I'm actually gonna buy a single strawberry seed, not to grow right now, but now that I have, like, I originally wasn't gonna do this, but now that I know I can buy fridges for extra space, I don't see a reason not to have a strawberry seed, because when I get, like, the task to ship a strawberry, I'd rather not have to, like, wait to the egg festival in order to get a strawberry seed. I think just having one ready to go, hopefully with, like, a greenhouse available and stuff, too, depending on the season that I get it in, would be smart. New Quantumania is amazing. A prequel is coming out this year, too, to Hunger Games. Yo, there's so much... I've still got many movies to get caught up on. Don't get me wrong. What is this cursed inventory? Just looking at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. I think everyone's ready for the egg hunt. I don't know. I don't know half of these people in this town. I've never spoken to, like, most of them. But you better believe I'm going to destroy their hopes and dreams in this egg hunt for children. You want to watch the new Ant-Man so bad? I will admit, when I first heard, when I had heard about Ant-Man as like a concept and like a movie, I was like, come on, man, this just seems like so silly. When I watched the first Ant-Man movie, I was like, you know what? I kind of like this. I kind of like this Scott Lang guy. He's all right. He's all right in my book. They sold me on Ant-Man. As a concept, I was like, ain't no way. And then I actually gave it a chance, and I was pleasantly surprised. Have I spoken to Haley at least? Nope. You gotta remember, we're not even playing as Chloe anymore. We have no affiliation with Haley whatsoever. We have no... Like, honestly, we should probably save Haley for Chloe. Wherever Chloe might be in this universe. It's a different timeline, but Chloe still exists somewhere. And maybe we can set her up with Haley at some point in the future. Can I get 15? Not quite. That's alright, still pretty good. You didn't mean the Matrix movies, you meant literally the movie Your Name. I have not seen that movie, no. That's a pretty hilarious case of mistaken identity though. Beatrix, that's me! For a second I was like, wait, who's Beatrix? I'm Chloe, but I'm not Chloe, I'm Beatrix. Received 1000 G. That's huge. That's actually huge gains for this challenge, believe it or not. Alright, sell my torches, my skeletal hand, the quartz, and the earth crystals. Put my strawberry seed away for future endeavors. I'm also going to go ahead and mark it in my notes here. Alright. Egg festival. Purchased strawberry seed. Cool. Are we getting a new obsessive crush? That people might not be happy, but the current frontrunner for this challenge's romantic interest, believe it or not, is Alex. Alex is the current frontrunner by virtue of the fact that he is the only one that we've met. Everyone else, I don't even know. Beatrix has no clue what these people's names are. Oh wait, I can't go to bed yet. I gotta go trash hunting. Don't say ew, Alex. I'm willing to give Alex a chance. You know, he doesn't make the greatest impression, but maybe. I don't know. It's not even set in stone yet. Who knows how these tasks are going to shake out at the end of the day. Alex is nice though. He's a pretty kind guy. I can get behind some Alex standing. I mean, everyone's got their pros and cons, right? So it's just a matter of what you value in a person. You might also be wondering, how do you know Alex? Like, why did you speak to Alex? Why did you meet Alex? It was because he was the one who gave me my Jade at the Feast of the Winter Star. He didn't at first. Originally, Alex gave me a beer, and then I kept resetting for about 3 hours until he gave me a Jade. Is giving a bouquet / pendant in the goal list? It's not, but getting the star drop from your spouse is. So depending on when I get that, I have some leeway as to deciding who I marry. 3 hours? Yeah, it was just a little 3-hour reset grind. It was no big deal. Basically, I just had to like reset, and I don't fully know how the Feast of the Winter Star mechanics work. I originally thought like you got a different gift every like 10-minute interval, like depending on when you went in, but it turns out it does not work that way. And I learned that the hard way, but I did eventually get my Jade, which will be nice when I get a Crystallarium. Also, I've only recently learned that you can hold down the mouse button on this screen to like make all these menus appear faster. I didn't know that for the longest time. Welcome back, Christina. Or welcome in, Christina. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and call it a stream here, though. I know it's only like been 2 hours, but I think that's good enough for me right now for getting back into things. I hope you all have enjoyed this sort of chill, unorganized mess of a stream. I'm just glad to be back in some capacity. I don't know when I'll be back again. I don't think I'm going to commit to a full stream schedule or anything like that at any point in the near future here. But we'll probably do a little more stuff like this where I'll maybe make this challenge a bit more formalized, post like, you know, like a rules and restrictions sort of thing somewhere that we can reference. That way people aren't as confused about what the heck is going on. But yeah, thank you all for stopping in. Been good seeing familiar names and faces. I appreciate it. And I will see you when I see you. Not exactly sure when that'll be, but hopefully not too far from now. Appreciate it all. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here. I have been drinking, I've been hydrating, but my voice is still kind of shot. I've just been talking so much today. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Be good to one another. Be good to yourselves. This is Argon Matrix signing on out. Thank you and have a great night. Bye-bye.